Developed by Blizzard North and directed by David Brevik, Diablo was released in 1996, during a period when Blizzard was beginning to shape its identity as one of the defining studios in the PC gaming era. After successes like Warcraft and Warcraft 2, the studio turned its attention to something darker, a project that would blend action, atmosphere, and RPG systems into something entirely new. The result was Diablo, a game that didn't just find success, but defined an entire genre. It introduced the world to the modern action RPG formula. Loot-driven progression, procedurally generated dungeons, and a gameplay loop so addictive it became a template for decades.
Not enough mana.
More than that, Diablo gave rise to one of the most enduring sagas in gaming history, a franchise that remains strong today, inspiring sequels, remasters, and countless imitators. From Path of Exile to Torchlight and beyond, its influence continues to echo through every dungeon crawler that dares to follow.
Know this, my friend. The evil that you move against is the Dark Lord of Terror. He is known to mortal men as Diablo.
At its core, Diablo is deceptively simple, a point-and-click dungeon crawler. While that control scheme may feel dated today, in 1996 it was a revelation, intuitive, responsive, and perfectly suited for the game's isometric design. The map system was also remarkably forward-thinking, automatically charting explored areas while keeping the sense of mystery intact. Each dungeon level is procedurally generated, ensuring no two runs are ever the same. Players choose between three classes: the warrior, the rogue, and the sorcerer, each offering distinct playstyles and abilities. The progression is straightforward but flexible. Invest points into strength, magic, dexterity, or vitality, and shape your hero accordingly. The loot system is where Diablo truly shines. Weapons, armor, and magical items come with randomized stats and effects, offering endless combinations. While visual changes on the character model are limited, the variety of equipment keeps experimentation rewarding. The magic system is surprisingly deep, with a large set of spells obtained through tomes and scrolls. However, being able to load only one active spell at a time limits creativity in combat, a constraint of its era rather than a design intent. The 16-level descent is divided into 4 thematic chapters: the Cathedral, the Catacombs, the Caves, and, finally, Hell itself. Each environment introduces tougher enemies and new challenges, though the difficulty curve occasionally spikes in frustrating ways. Still, the rhythm of combat, exploration, and return trips to Tristram village, either to sell loot, repair gear, or restock potions, creates a highly satisfying loop. The Town Portal spell or scroll is a brilliant quality of life feature, decades ahead of its time. Optional side quests and randomized objectives encourage replayability. Each new playthrough feels familiar yet unpredictable, with certain missions appearing or disappearing entirely.
You kill big uglies and give back magic. Go past corner and door, find uglies. You give, you go.
Enemy AI is simple by modern standards, but effective, aggressive, relentless, and designed to keep you moving rather than keep you thinking. Boss fights, such as the Skeleton King, or unique elite monsters like Rod Carnage or the Butcher, punctuate the experience. They aren't especially complex, but they deliver tension and reward. And, once you conquer the final level, Diablo allows you to restart the game with your character intact, keeping levels and gear, a brilliant incentive to dive back for another go. Beyond its single-player depth, Diablo also broke new ground with its multiplayer mode, a feature far ahead of its time. Through Blizzard's Battle.net, players could descend into dungeons together, trade loot, or test their builds against each other, It was a simple system by modern standards, but it laid the foundation for online connectivity in RPGs, proving that shared experience could amplify both the challenge and the thrill of the descent.
Take heed and bear witness to the truths that lie herein, for they are the last legacy of the Horadrim. There is a war that rages on even now, beyond the fields that we know.
The premise is simple, but classic. An ancient evil steers beneath the quiet town of Tristram, corrupting everything in its wake. You descend through the cathedral's depths to face the source of that corruption, Diablo, the Lord of Terror himself. What makes the story memorable is its restraint. The narrative unfolds mostly through environmental context, NPC dialogue, and books scattered throughout the dungeon.
Angels and demons walk amongst humanity.
It's up to the player to piece together the fragments of lore and mythology. The entire game takes place within and beneath the cathedral itself, which gradually transforms as you descend, from sanctified halls to corrupted catacombs, from stone to flesh, until faith gives way to damnation. It's a brilliant structural metaphor. The deeper you go, the further you fall. Despite its simplicity, the game creates a surprisingly vivid world through its NPCs and lore. The villagers of Tristram, Cain, Adria, Griswold, Pepin, among others, give the town its soul, each carrying hints of tragedy and wisdom that anchor the chaos below.
Poor Farnham. He is a disquieting reminder of the doomed assembly that entered into the cathedral with Lazarus on that dark day.
Through their voices and scattered tomes you find underground, Diablo weaves a narrative that's as much about humanity as it's about hell. The lore hints at something far greater, a world of angels, demons, and eternal conflict called the Sin War.
There is a war that rages on even now, beyond the fields that we know, between the utopian kingdoms of the high heavens and the chaotic pits of the burning hells.
Though the first game barely scratches the surface, it plants the seed for the epic mythology that later defined the series. And then there's the ending. Without spoiling details, Diablo's conclusion is brief but haunting, a final act of desperation that closes the first descent while hinting at something much greater still yet to come. Randomized quests also contribute to the storytelling approach. Some stories appear in one playthrough, but not in another, adding mystery and replay value.
I have a story you might find interesting. A caravan that was bound for the Eastern Kingdoms passed through here some time ago.
In short, Diablo's narrative succeeds not through cinematic storytelling, but through atmosphere and implication. It makes you feel the story rather than just watch it.
I can see what you see not. Vision milky, then eyes rot. When you turn, they will be gone, whispering their hidden song.
For a game released in 1996, Diablo was visually remarkable, not because of raw technical power, but because of how it used darkness and light to create mood. Its visuals were built around atmosphere and tension, turning limited resolution into an advantage. The lighting system was revolutionary for its time. Every torch, spell, or flaming brazier cast dynamic light that faded and flickered naturally across walls and floors. Darkness wasn't just aesthetic, it was a mechanic. What you couldn't see could kill you, and it gave the world a weight and a mystery that few games of that era could match. The game's environments evolved beautifully across its 4 chapters, from the crumbling stone of the cathedral to the corrupted catacombs, the damned caverns, and finally the living nightmare of hell itself. Each layer feels distinct yet cohesive, not only in tone but in symbolism. The descent is architectural storytelling, a visual metaphor for the fall from faith into chaos. Textures are grim and detailed, filled with cracks, shadows, and signs of decay. The limited color palette, dominated by browns, greys, and blood reds, works in its favor, creating a claustrophobic atmosphere that feels oppressive and real. It's not a world meant to impress you, it's a world meant to consume you. Despite the static camera and low resolution, the isometric perspective delivers a strong sense of spatial awareness. The game's visual language, flickering lights, skeletal pillars, pools of blood, reinforces the sensation of being deep underground. Character designs are simple but iconic, with each class immediately recognizable. Visual customization is limited, but the silhouettes are strong enough to convey identity at a glance. The few armor sets that alter appearance, like the gleaming silver plate, stand out dramatically against the gloom. The HUD and interface are beautifully ornate, a perfect reflection of the Gothic craftsmanship of the world itself. Gold-trimmed borders, stylized health and mana orbs, and an isometric minimap that feels like it's carved into stone. It's practical, yet artistic, an interface that feels like it's part of the universe rather than just an overlay. Even the game's short cutscenes carry a certain elegance. Rendered in a pre-rendered style that's aged surprisingly well, they add gravitas without ever breaking immersion. In the end, Diablo's visuals are more than just a technical achievement. They're a triumph of tone. Everything you see reinforces what you feel: dread, isolation, and a sense that you are descending into a place humanity has never meant to reach.
The village needs your help, good master. Some months ago, King Leoric's son, Prince Albert, was kidnapped. The king went into a rage and scoured the village for his missing child.
Long before surround systems or cinematic scores became standard, Diablo used audio not as background, but as world building.
So speaks the Lord of Terror, and so it is written.
The work of composer Matt Ullman is legendary. His score is haunting, textured, and utterly unique. A fusion of acoustic guitars, distant percussion, and ambient drones that feel less like music and more like the heartbeat of Tristram itself. The iconic Tristram theme is instantly recognizable, melancholic, lonely, and timeless. Few compositions in gaming capture mood so perfectly. It's not just a song, but for some of us, it's a memory. The ambient audio design is equally impressive. Each dungeon feels alive, as if the world itself were reacting to your presence. The clang of steel, the crack of magic, and the distant growl of unseen demons all reinforce the illusion that danger lurks just beyond the light. Even today, few games manage to make sound feel this tactile and real. And then there are the voices. Distinctive, exaggerated, and unforgettable. Deckard Cain's calm wisdom, Griswold's gruff tone, and Adriel's mysticism. Every NPC delivers lines that linger.
The way is fraught with danger, and your only hope rests within your self-trust.
Their performances give Tristram its humanity, grounding the player between journeys into hell.
Legends speak of a pedestal that is carved from obsidian stone and has a pool of boiling blood atop its bone-encrusted surface.
The voice acting isn't just functional, it's theatrical in the best possible way.
Arcane hit it well, my friend. And it'll take more than a bit of luck to unlock the secrets that have kept it concealed, oh lo, these many years.
Together, these elements form an iconic soundscape, a perfect union of score, silence, and subtle terror. In Diablo, you don't just hear the world, You feel it listening back. Nearly 3 decades later, Diablo remains a masterclass in atmosphere and design. It's a game that, despite its age, feels perfectly playable even today, proof that strong fundamentals and clear artistic vision never truly age. Its controls may be dated, the resolution limited, but its tone, pacing, and sense of immersion are as powerful now as they were in 1996. Few games from its era hold up this well. What makes Diablo timeless is its simplicity. It doesn't rely on spectacle or speed, it relies on mood, tension, and discovery. Every click, every echo in the dark still feels deliberate. It serves as a reminder that good game design is about more than just technology. It's about atmosphere, balance, and restraint. The game's legacy is monumental. It spawned a series of acclaimed sequels, from the ambitious Diablo 2 to the modern polish of Diablo 4, and even found new life in mobile gaming through Diablo Immortal. Each entry evolved the formula in some way, but the soul of the original remains unmistakable, that delicate balance between risk and reward, horror and curiosity. Its community is equally enduring. Decades later, players still return to Tristram, some through the original version, others through remasters, mods, or fan projects that keep the fire alive. That dedication speaks volumes about the game's impact. Diablo didn't just define a genre, it defined the feeling, one that no other series has ever truly replicated. It's not perfect, but it's pure, and sometimes that's all a legend needs to be. Thank you for your time.